next section is that of the work experience or the employment history section. You need to mention about whatever jobs you've done till date, but if the work period was less than 3 months, you need not mention that work experience specifically. But if your work experience was at least for 6 months, it should be mentioned here. You need to write the name of the company you've worked at, be it any part-time or full-time job. Remember to write the complete company name and not omitting any word in between. If it was a part-time experience, work experience that you have had in the past, then write down part-time job alongside the name of the company you've worked at in the past. About the retirement reasons, if you've retired because of personal reasons, then write down retired because of personal reasons. If not, then write down retired because of company reasons. To mention and tell about the current state of your career, write down at present at the end of the work experience section. If you're currently working and you have a fixed date of retirement, then write down that fixed date of retirement at the end of this section too. The next section is that of the licenses and qualifications. Licenses and qualifications are together written in the same section in a Japanese style resume. But first, one should be writing the licenses and then the qualifications. All of the exams that you have taken in the past, all of the licenses that you hold can be written down in this section. Remember to write the full name of the exams or the certifications or the degrees you've held so that the interpretation is not misunderstood by the employer. There are certain abbreviations that are accepted worldwide, but still it is difficult to understand them when it's read by a foreigner. So remember to write the complete name of the certification. For example, instead of writing down JLPT N3, you should be writing down Japanese Language Proficiency Test Level N3. Similarly, normal car first class driving license should be written instead of writing down just a driving license. If you have many licenses and certifications, try prioritizing writing down those certifications or licenses that are relatable to the company's business that you're applying to for a job. But if you think that according to you there is a certain certification that might give you an edge over the other applicants, then it is completely okay to write it down in this section. For example, you're studying for JLPT N1 but you do not actually hold the certification for one, you can write down studying for JLPT for personal growth. Try avoiding writing down something that actually has a weak appeal. Let's say, for example, if you've taken the TOEIC exam, you should mention it only if you have scored at least 600 points in the exam. The next section is that of the hobbies and skills. You can try having a lot of fun with this section. A lot of people leave this section blank, but because you can actually showcase your personality to the Japanese employer in this particular section, you should try writing at least something in this section. This can also help you initiate a conversation other than the business with the employer and make you stand out in front of the employer amongst other candidates. Let's just say you're interested in soccer, maybe, and then you can write it down as interested in soccer, and maybe playing soccer and soccer is your hobby. This can basically help you create a story when you're talking to the employer. Try avoiding stuff like pachinko and gambling, which makes the employer have a negative perception of you from the beginning. The next section is that of the applicant's requests and wishes. In this section, you can basically write down something as I'll follow the company rules and regulations. But something like the expected annual income of maybe 3 or 4 million yen should be absolutely avoided, as this might not even make you reach the interview stage with the employer. But if there are certain conditions about the type of job position you're looking for and certain conditions that you can absolutely not give up on, then they can definitely be mentioned in this particular section of your Japanese style resume. These conditions will also help a better facilitation of the interview, as the employer will be able to better gauge you and the type of job you're looking for. In this section, you can usually mention the timings you are comfortable being contacted by the company, or the mode of contact, let's say on via a telephone call or via an email. This is usually meant for the working students. The possible dates of joining the company can also be mentioned in this section. This will help better facilitate the interview screening stages, as the employer will be able to better gauge the current situation you are in.